Good morning, everyone. Hi. Alex. Hi, I'm here. It's Rita and the dogs. Can you hear the squeaky toy? I do. I hear the squeaky toy in the background, plus Lola, who's turning into our number one greeter here at Cricut Chat in my home. Let's see. This is Cricut Chat, and this is a daily program designed for people who want to learn about how to use their Cricut no matter what machine it is. We work with all the machines here, and we do this daily on Facebook at 9 a.m. So this is a live broadcast. One of the great things about the live broadcasts is that you can chat. That's why it's called Cricut Chat. And so if you're new or you don't often speak up, say something, say hello, because this is a great group of people, and you'll learn a lot and make some new friends too, which is so important. So good morning, and today we are going to do something kind of fun with the Cricut Joy and also with the Mini. This is a mini easy press. I don't know if you guys have ever seen this, but it does do iron on. And today we're going to be working with, as I said, the Joy. So we're going to try smart iron on in holographic colors. Look at that. There are three that I know of. One is translucent blue. It's more like an opalescent. I'll show you what it looks like. Dahlia, which is a pink, and then there's a cobalt blue. And you do not need, I want to just preface this all by saying you do not need to use smart iron on the, or smart materials only on the Joy, but it works with smart materials. It has specially sized to work with smart materials. If you happen to have holographic vinyl that came in a roll, and I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. So if you've ever encountered like this holographic iron-on, this is the same thing as this, even though the color doesn't look the same. It's called Dahlia, and oftentimes you can pick these up and you're not really sure how to do it. They do weed a little bit differently, and they have different heat settings. So that's what we're going to go on. So you do not need the Joy and the smart materials to do this project. You can also do this on any Cricut machine. I'm going to show you how. I'm going to take you through every single step, like how to find the image and size it and get it ready and cut it and then weed it and then put it on our pencil cases. So I was given these pencil cases. They're from Michael's. They cost about $1. You can buy pencil cases just about anywhere this time of year. And they're just really sweet little cotton pencil cases. You could use like little cosmetic bags if you wanted to, but these are made of like a canvas cotton, and $1 at Michael's. Some people might have found them cheaper at like Target, Walmart, or maybe even the Dollar Tree store. So whatever you get them, you can pick up a few. I have already cut out some of these, and I dropped them on the floor. Hold on a second. Some of these holographic images that I really liked. This one is my unicorn ate my homework. This one says mermaids don't do homework. And this one, which I cut out in sparkle vinyl, says my shark ate my homework. I only did that because I wanted to show you that there is a difference between sparkle and holographic vinyl. It's not terrible difference, but there is a difference. So that's what we're going to do today. We're making pencil cases that are unicorn shark or mermaid themed. We're going to be using our Cricut Joy smart iron-on and the Mini to put together these pencil cases that everyone is going to want to have. All these youngins that are going to school, they're going to want to do their homework with a really personalized pencil case. So before I get started, I want to say hello and welcome to anybody that's new, or hello and welcome to my regular folks. I wanted to tell you that I am starting to get so organized that I actually have published the projects for the rest of the week, and I'm starting to work on next week, and I just want to let you know. So tomorrow is our first freebie Friday, and we are doing 2 freebies from Dreaming Tree that include a really cute apple for the teacher kind of card, and also a freebie that looks like a book, like a almost like a primer book. It says ABC, kind of thing on it. That is really just a little treat bag. So we're going to be doing those 2 things tomorrow for Freebie Friday, and then on Saturday we are going to be doing this. This is called a Scarecrow Gift Treat Box. This is a paid file, and I recently did put the event together. So if you go to the event, you can find the links for this file. Okay, and it is a paid file. I think if you want to buy it individually, it's like $3.49, or if you want to buy the bundle, it's like $6.49. But Dreaming Tree has a really cool thing where if you if you can get their free gift if you spend, I think it's $9.97. So if you spend $9.97, so round up 10. If you spend $10 at Dreaming Tree, you can get a free gift. So if you want to throw this in there, we're also, just to look in the future, if you're looking for things to add in the future, we are going to do the turkey, I always get the name wrong, the googly gobbler turkey around Thanksgiving, of course, and then we're going to be doing the witch head around Thanksgiving. We're also going to be doing the beautiful church. So if you need ideas for to get your numbers up to get the free gift, then think about those if those are things that you want to buy. Okay, so that's Saturday. The other thing I want to mention before we get started is that every month I give away prizes. In addition to my bundle of joy, which you can enter, anybody can enter, and it's going on right now. We only have a few more days left, and I will leave the entry in the description of this video after the video is saved and recorded. In addition to that, I give out gifts, $50 worth gifts, my choice, from Cricut to some lucky winners. And to be one of the winners, at least for most of these gifts, you need to be a patron on Patreon for me, or you need to be a Facebook fan. So I wanted to just announce the 3 people that won for this month. So far, I wrote it down. Where is it? Oh, goodness gracious. Okay, here it is. So Teresa, or Terry Smith, is a winner of this month's Patreon $50 prize. Becky Mills is a winner, and also Pamela Coder are winners. So all 3 of those ladies follow me. They're patrons on Patreon, and all you have to do to be eligible for these prizes is to sign up to be a patron. It's a $5 a month sign up, and you're supporting me. I haven't yet gotten to the place where I'm putting specialized content there. I'm just looking at that as a support a way to support me. So if you like these videos, you feel like you're getting value from the content, or maybe you're, picking up great ideas that are going to save you time and money, would you consider supporting me? I am self-supporting. I do not work for Cricut. So this is what I do, and I'd love to get your support there. Not just for the prizes, but that's an incentive, I guess. So let's get started. We're going to be making pencil cases. So we're going to need our Joy. We're going to need some kind of heat press. We're using this mini. I am using my iPad to do this, but you don't need to use an iPad. You could also use your phone. You can use your desktop, laptop, whatever works, as long as you can connect via Bluetooth. I have the file, and I'm going to publish the file so that you can have it. But these are three images that I found, and I manipulated them slightly that I thought would look really fabulous in holographic vinyl. So I am also going to be using holographic vinyl. This holographic vinyl does cut and weed differently than regular iron-on, so this might be very useful to you to see how this weeds, just so you can see this is what it looks like. That shiny side is the color you're going to get, and that's what holographic means. It kind of switches. This is called cobalt, but it has a lot of green in it. It would look really good for our mermaid one. And then there is this one. It's called translucent blue, but to tell you the truth, it looks very opalescent. See that? And then we've got our dahlia, which is a pink one, which would be great for our unicorn. Let's get that out. And usually in this box, which is 24 inches, so you get 24 inches. So if you want to make just 2 pencil cases, you can pick up a box of this stuff on sale for about $5. And then if you consider your 2 or 3 pencil cases, another 3. So you'd have 3 little gifts for less than $10. So economical, and really is a kind of a cool little wow factor. And who doesn't like holographic? I mean, I think it's really, really popular right now, but I've always loved this holographic. I can remember as a kid, my mom used to use nail polish that was like opal-y. That's all she ever used. She never was a nail polish person, so she used this like see-through opal, and that reminds me of that. So anyway, so we're going to use our iPad. So for people who have not experienced working with Design Space on the iPad, I just want to let you know this is the app that is from the Apple Store. It's called Cricut Design Space. So if you do not have it, go to your apps, which I'm going here. See, this is my apps. And go to your apps and do a search. Oh, goodness, I changed my password accidentally. So let me just put that in. Okay, so go to your app store and do a search. Down here is the search, and you can just type in Cricut Design Space or Cricut. This is the app we're using, Cricut Design Space. It has the C with the antennas. We're not using the Cricut Joy app, though we may have been able to use it, but I figured let's work in Design Space. So make sure you download that. Then you're going to also want to go to your settings and connect via Bluetooth your machine if you want to use your iPad. So I'm on Bluetooth here, and you see here's my Joy, and it is already connected. But just to connect it, if say I wanted to put the Explore 3 connected, I would just click on that. Someone asked me the other day online, can I have more than one machine connected? And here is proof that yes, you can have more than one machine connected, Explore 3 and the Joy. However, if you're working in Design Space and you're wanting to cut with both machines simultaneously, you would have to change your machine choice in Design Space. Okay, so let's open up Cricut Design Space. Now, where would you change your machine choice? You would do it here at your avatar. You click on that, and right here, the first thing says machine selection. When you click on that, you get all the machines, and you can add any of these machines. You do not need to own all of these machines to set them as your machine selection, by the way. So, for instance, if you are, I don't know, visiting somebody or gone to Michael's and they're doing a demo and you want to play along and they're showing you the Maker 3, then you could actually set your machine to Maker 3 and cut from their Maker 3. Isn't that cool? So we're going to do Joy. Where did I get these images? Super easy. I went down to images right here at the bottom. And is it going to open up? Yes. And I simply typed the word homework because I was like, let's see. When I think of pencil cases, I think of homework. So that's what I decided to do. And here we see there is a shark ate my homework. Here's the mermaids don't do homework. Now there are two images, the same thing, and here are the shark and the unicorn. So these two are the same thing, but this one has multiple colors. Because we're using holographic, I figured let's not do layering today. So I chose the image that was just one color. But you'll notice that these two have also another color in here. That's easily corrected. So we're just going to choose those three. And look, I never even saw this llama one. So that's pretty cool. So when you bring them into Design Space, which I'm just going to hide my other ones. Okay. So bring them into Design Space, and as I mentioned, some of these are two colors. These two are two colors, and so if you want to do it only with the holographic, like doing this shark one with this holographic, you do need to change this so that it's not a two-layer image. So go to Actions and hit Weld. Then it's going to make it all one color, and you know it's going to cut out in one layer. I'm going to do the same thing with my unicorn. Now, you see the colors are different, but that's okay. The next thing that we need to do is make sure that that image is going to fit on our pencil case. So here's our pencil case. It is about 7¼ inches long and not quite 5 inches, but that includes the let's do it as 4½ inches tall. Okay, 7¼ 4½. So we need to make sure that our image is going to cut out so it fits onto the pencil case. So how do we do that with the iPad? Very simple. We're going to select one image, and we can do two ways. We can first just pull it like this if we wanted to, or we can hit down here where it says edit, and it will give you very precise width and height arrangements. Now in this case, I believe what I did was I unlocked this because I wanted to make it slightly wider. So here it is at 6 inches and a height of 3½ inches, which is perfect. That's a perfect size. I'm going to do the unlock. Be careful when I'm doing the lock. Be careful when you unlock images because it can distort them, but I think that that one looks great that way. So again, this one is 5.6 width and 4-inch height, which is cutting it kind of close. Unlock, and then just kind of make it longer. That's too long. So let's try 6.75, and the height is a little too high, right? If you want to compare, this one is a little bit bigger still. So we could do this just a tiny bit, just so make sure this is gonna fit, and then relock it. Same thing with our mermaid. We're going to hit edit. If you have already edit selected, it will show you. This one is I believe 3 inches, and unlock, and oh, that was the height. So let's make this around 6. What did we say? 6.5. Maybe, oh, so see, this is what could happen if you unlock. It can get distorted. So when you are moving around the size, definitely play around with where you want it to go and see what looks better. So I'm trying to get it close to 4 inches high, as well as close to the width, 6.63. These are not exactly the same, but they are about the same, and they're going to work on my pencil cases. Okay, so first, before we go to cut, because we are ready to cut, it's important for you to save your files. I know in the heat of the moment you're just excited and you just want to go ahead and cut it, but you know, saving is really going to save you someday, is going to save you some headaches. So just go here to where there's a little floppy disk, which is kind of funny because nobody uses those anymore, right? But they do mean save. So just go here and press on there. And if it's a brand new design, you'll have to use the save button. If it's not a brand new design, or you want to save it differently, then you can do save as. Okay, so this is my project. I have it as mermaid and shark pencil cases. I'm going to save it to the cloud. Now, when you have a choice here, always choose the cloud if you can help it, and that's if you have good internet connection. When you save it to your iPad, this will allow you to cut it without the use of having to go to the cloud to find it. But I only know a few people that don't have great internet connection. So if you don't have a great internet connection, you might want to consider saving it to your iPad. But for the most part, I think most people are going to save it to the cloud. Okay, now we're ready. We are ready to cut these out. These are in 3 different colors, which is great because we have 3 different colors of holographic. So we're going to just hit make it. And this is where we have to choose without matte, on matte, or multiple ways. This is smart material, so we can choose without matte. Now, in the event that we'd want to, say, cut this sparkle stuff, the sparkle holographic stuff, we can choose multiple ways. Okay, but in this case, we're just going to use this smart vinyl made for Joy, so we're going to choose without matte. And you'll see that each one of these comes on it looks like a mat, by the way, but that's okay. It's just to show you how it's going to be set up. Okay, so we have 3 different mats of 3 different color based on the color of it, right? Now, when you do an iron-on, what's the most important thing to remember? Mirror. So to mirror your images, we're coming up here to what looks like a little mat. We're going to click on that, and we'll see this menu come to the side. Okay, so we're going to look for and select this toggle switch that says mirror on this, and we need to do this on all 3 of our images, just like that. And do remember, if you made a change to this, for instance, if you wanted to cut 2 of something, if you make a change, it may revert the mirroring. And yes, it does. So you will have to do the toggle switch all over again. So if you make a change or move the image, then you have to redo the mirroring. And let's do that again. I want to make sure that I'm not messed up. Okay, so here I can tell it's mirrored because I can't really read it. Same with this one. I'm putting these somewhat in the middle, but that's just probably my OCD. I don't think it matters how it works. Okay, so then we're going to just hit continue. and it's going to check the connection. Let's start with, maybe we should start with the shark ate my homework. So we're going to get this one, which is the cobalt one, or maybe we'll do this one in mermaid. Let's do this one in mermaid. So we're going to go and hit all materials, and we're going to go to vinyl. You'll see it says smart vinyl, metallic, holographic patterns, permanent, removable, and shimmer. Now, I don't know what holographic patterns is, so I'm just going to choose this one for holographic because I know that it's holographic. I'm also going to check this box because I want it to remember my material settings between mats, okay? So we're all set to go, and you'll notice, well, once I get it over here, you'll notice that my Joy is blinking. That means it's ready to accept my my material. All I need to do is take it out and it sort of unrolls. We're going to put the shiny side facing down, and we just feed it into the machine just like this. It will check to see if it has enough material in the machine to complete the project, okay? Thank you, Susan. Oh my God, thank you, thank you. So Susan, thank you, Susan, has pointed out something very important. I chose vinyl when I really need for it to be holographic. Thank you, Susan. I love you guys. You always, point me in the right direction. Sometimes I get so busy talking, I forget everything. So here it is. It's mirrored, and I've chosen Smart Iron-On Holographic. Perfect. And I have my blade. It's already loaded. So all I need to do is hit the go button, and it will start going, and you'll get sort of a visual on how this works, okay? This is pretty quick, and it's a small design, so I can probably show you the Dahlia colored one as well. What can we do? Should we do the unicorn in the Dahlia? I think that would be fun. I'm also going to point out that I have this mat here in case I was going to use something that was on the roll and not a smart material. So it's important to have the mats. The mats come in two sizes. This one is the 12-inch size. Okay, and there's also one that's 6-inch size, kind of small, in addition to the card mat. This is the blue one, which is a light grip, but there's also the standard green. Now, once we start to get ready to iron on, we're going to need a few things. We're going to need some sort of press. You can use your regular easy press for this, but I'm going to use this mini because it's fun and I haven't used it in a while. Having something to iron on or protect my surface is really important. This happens to be a Cricut press mat, and they are often on sale nowadays. It's a nice foam kind of mat, but it also protects your surface because it's like a heat resistant. We're also going to need something to weed our iron on with. I have this weeding tool, but you can use whatever you'd like. And then we need something to iron on, okay? So let's cut this out. And then we'll also cut out the pink one. But while that's cutting out, we will start with the pressing. This is almost done. I'm going to need a pair of scissors, by the way, just to cut this because I have plenty of this left over, so I don't have to waste it all. You just put it back in the box. So here on my iPad, it says unload. I unload it. I'm going to look at it. You might have to turn it sideways to see, but I'm just going to cut right here because that is where my design ends. You see that? That's where my design ends. So we will get to work on that, cleaning it up and ironing it on, but let's get our machine going. Here's the mermaid. Mermaids don't do homework. but I want to do the unicorn. Let's do this one. My unicorn ate my homework. We have it on Smart Iron-On, Holographic. So shiny side down, feed it in. And then I just hit go. Go. And it will start. Now I can kind of move this out of the way because it's going to be cutting and we don't need to be looking at that. So here is what we just cut out. Isn't that cool? I don't know if you can see it. My shark ate my homework. So we're going to be weeding it on this side. If you feel like it, if you want to save your scraps, we could go ahead and cut around, but just be careful that you're not cutting out any part of your design, just so that you could save a few scraps. Or if you're not into saving scraps, I totally get that, and you don't have to, but I do. So now I'm going to take this weeding tool and I'm going to start weeding the design. If you've ever done weeding of regular iron-on, this is slightly different. It's very filmy. It's not stretchy like a regular iron-on, but you do still do it the same way, which is you take your weeding tool and starting in the corner, you're going to separate. This is the protective plastic. It's like a carrier sheet. And then you start ripping across, but I'm going to show you. I hope that it happens on this so you can see. Sometimes with holographic, the film sort of separates when you're weeding. The film sort of separates from the actual. Here's what I mean. See how this is like that? That's just, this has separated from the actual iron-on material. That shouldn't be a problem with your design because it hasn't happened on the design, but just be aware of it. So I'm just taking off this like this, and that's just trash. But you see here, there's like a little shiny bit. You just need to go ahead and sort of scrape that off, because it will affect your design. And then what you're going to do is, using the weeding tool, you're going to take off this inside part. I need to turn it sideways so I can see what I'm doing. And this looks like a ribbon, so do this sort of slowly so you can get all of the tail ends, you see? And then just start peeling away. So now when we turn it around, we see that we have most of it done. We just need to get in there in the inside parts, the negative spaces of our letters. So that's easy enough. Turn it over, and then using the weeding tool, just go ahead and start removing those. Okay, and if you have to, because I do sometimes, turn it over and make sure you check it. When you don't weed something like here, which is cut out, it becomes kind of a bear once you iron it on. So it's really, really good to sort of check and double check your design. And again, the reason why we mirror is so the way we are going to put this on. The material that we're going to be putting on is on the back side of this transfer sheet. This is going to help because it's going to protect the surface of the iron-on when the heat is applied, but we need to cut it out in the inverse so that way we have it reading correctly. This is why we do mirroring even when we don't have to, okay? So I know some people are like, why did you bother mirroring it? Because I want to get in the habit of doing it, okay? So let's have a look. So cute. My shark ate my homework. Let's also have the mermaid one unload, and let's have a look at that one real quick. We can go ahead and, oh no, we did the unicorn, sorry. So we're gonna just cut this. roll this back up in our box and put it in with all of our other Cricut materials. I have a special cart, but I ran out of room on my cart. So I have a cart and a drawer for my Joy stuff. Okay, so again, just to reiterate, we're going to pull at the corner. We're going to separate it from this back transfer, and then we're going to start pulling across. You don't have to worry about your actual design lifting. It doesn't really ever happen because this is slightly sticky. So we're just going to pull it across, take off as much as you can with your hands, just like that. And then we're going to go here in that middle part. We're going to, remember, it's kind of like ribbony. So I'm going to start here and then sort of work across. Just like this, I hope, yes. And work across like this. And then just these other negative spaces, my unicorn 8, we have that A. And these, my homework. Come on. Okay, and also I forgot the horn of the unicorn is actually kind of an outline, so we have to go back and do that weeding. But it does weed a little bit differently. It's a little tougher because it's more filmy. I don't know if you're used to iron-on, if you can see the difference here, but it is slightly different, and so it makes it a little bit harder for weeding, but it's doable. It's doable. So here is my unicorn 8, my homework, but I have to go up here to the horn and take out these pieces. Now, these pieces that I'm taking out, make sure you dispose of them properly before you get the heat around it, because it can cause your design to mess up. So this sort of thing, where if you're looking at your design and you see like a little cutout piece, remove it, throw it away before you start working with your heat press, okay? Because it can and it has gotten into the project. Also, if you have dogs like I do, and this one doesn't look that much different, does it? It's going to look different when it's on the pencil case. But if you have dogs like I do, you can also use this sort of thing, like a lint roller, if you happen to get dog hair on here. And that's useful because when you're doing an iron-on, the dog hair will go actually under, sort of sandwich under between your design and your setup. And believe it or not, sometimes even when I'm doing these right away, I still get hairs. So corgis, they shed a lot. All right, we're ready to go to our heat portion of this. So we're going to take, first we need our heating mat, and we've got our pencil cases, and then we have our Easy Press Mini. What you'll notice about the Easy Press Mini is that it only has these little squiggly lines. Okay, it doesn't have temperature or time. It has just these squiggly lines. So how do you know what is the appropriate of this? So 1 squiggly line is low, 2 is medium, and 3 is high. Well, we're gonna go to our handy dandy Cricut heat guide, and that's just by opening your browser. I wish they would make this an app, but not yet. I asked for that, but they haven't done it. So we're opening up our heat guide, and I'm choosing Easy Press Mini because that's the one I'm using today. And then I'm going to choose my heat transfer material. So let's go ahead and use heat transfer. Now, the choice we have here is Smart Iron-On Holographic versus Holographic Iron-On. I'm not so sure that there's a difference, but I am going to, since we did use Smart Iron, I'm going to choose that one. And then the base material is a cotton. This is all cotton. It's not a cotton poly blend, so I'm going to choose that. Okay, so I have Easy Press Mini, Smart Iron-On, Holographic, and then cotton. I hit apply, and it tells me very succinctly I need to have it on medium. So I am going to turn this on. Be careful, this is super hot. That's why it's in this little cradle, but I'm going to put it on the 2 squiggly lines. That's medium. And now I'm going to, while it's heating up, I'm going to read what I need to know. So it's asking me to please preheat the item that's going to be ironed on for 5 seconds, and then we're going to press it for 25 seconds on medium. And then we're going to flip it and press for 15 seconds. And then when it's cool, we'll remove the liner. The thing that's a little bit different about the Mini is that you do move it. Okay, you do move it because you want to get the entire, obviously the Mini has a smaller plate and this is bigger than our design, so you have to move it. And the time is a little bit kind of wonky because it's 25 seconds on all of the areas, so you do have to move it around and make sure that you're doing it on the entire area. So we'll just kind of play around with it. So I have my mat here to protect my surface. It also helps to adhere because it maintains the heat at the top. There is my pencil case, and I think that the zipper should be this way. I do think that. What do you think? Well, I suppose it doesn't matter. But here's my my cutout, which I've kind of cut out. And I'm going to just kind of look and see how it looks on here. That looks pretty cool. And one thing that we need to avoid is the zippers and the seams. That causes more problems than you know, because you're using an iron. It's the same thing as when you use a household iron. These sort of areas can tend to be difficult to iron. Okay, so I just heard that my Mini is ready. See, it's green, and I've got the 2 little squigglies. And so we're going to take it and we're going to move it around a little bit. Some people do it circular motion, but we're just going to preheat that space until it's starting to feel warm, which it is. And, 15 seconds. I suppose I could time it with my watch, but I'm not that into that. So I could actually kind of smell it. So I know it's getting warm. Okay, so then I take my design, put it where I want it. This looks good right there, and then I can start. You could also use tape, by the way, but it has a little bit of stick to it, so I'm not using tape. So see what I'm doing? I'm going over the entire design, and I'm just going to talk to you while I do that so that the 25 seconds will go by fast. But if you have to do it for longer than 25 seconds to feel secure, that's okay. It's not like you are using the regular press with the whole area, so you're not putting the heat on the entire thing all at once, and so by using a longer time could potentially damage your design. But in this case, because you're moving it around, you do need to be cognizant of the fact, and I like to make sure to get all those, especially the little loops here and things like this, especially around the edges, because they tend to get missed a little bit. and we don't want it to come off. But if we have to, we can come back and hit it again. Now we're going to turn it over, and then we're going to just heat it up on the back for a few seconds. I think it said 15 seconds, so we will do that. I think it was actually preheat for 5 seconds and then do the back for 15 seconds. So what this does is, remember, this part is, it's got kind of like a gluey thing to it. So when the glue heats up, and this sort of attacks the glue from the back part, okay? All right, now do not take this off right away. In fact, that's why I'm doing 2. I'm going to put this aside and let it cool completely, because I want to make sure that it's going to come off correctly, and peeling it when it's cool is better, in my opinion. Also, I have a hair here. I don't know whose hair, because mine is definitely not colored anymore. Okay, so let's do the shark, which looks cute. Preheat for a few seconds, 5 seconds actually. Everybody with me? Any questions? Feel free to ask. If I don't see them, somebody from the chat will. And they were very good about answering the questions. So here we go. My shark ate my homework. So cute. And we are going to start doing this for 25 seconds. So do not forget to use that heat press guide. Even if you are using a household iron, you could definitely use the heat press guide just to get a feel for, does it have to be super hot like with infusible ink, or is a medium heat going to work? The only thing that you should not do, and I've made this mistake, so you know, it's not you if you've done this, is use any kind of steam with any of this iron-on. So if you have a steam iron, definitely turn off the steam. You don't want steam there. But other than that, a household iron will work. The easy presses work better, of course, but and you do need for infusible ink, you do need a press, and there are other presses available, but to be really, really honest, and I'm sure they work great, they're so ugly and clunky that I would rather have something cute like this or my Easy Press in my home, because I'm not a professional crafter. I don't make this stuff to sell generally. I mean, I will sell it sometimes, but I want my home to look nice when people come in it. And so I'm not going to put all my stuff away every single time. So that's why I like to use the Cricut products, because they are aesthetically pleasing. I know it's kind of a small thing, but that's just sort of, that's me. That's how I roll. So I'm just making sure I get the loops here for homework. I'm going to make sure I get up in here where his what is that, dorsal fin. Okay, flip over and do the 15 seconds on this side. This is kind of just preventative over here to try to make sure that everything is getting heat, and the heat is what affixes it to it. Now, Cricut iron-on is really good iron-on. Sometimes you'll get people like, oh, I use this, I use that. And I know in like Michael's, they also have Caesar, or I think it's Caesar. And I have used Caesar, and it's pretty good. There's a lot of different options there. But I think price-wise, if you are an Access member and you follow the sales on Cricut.com, you will save money by using this kind of iron-on rather than like buying it by the sheet. I don't know if that's how they sell it at Michael's. They might sell it in a roll. Okay, so there is that. Now my unicorn one should be cool, and it is. It's cool to the touch. So I'm just going to start. I like to roll it. I don't know. It's just how I am. But here I'm starting to roll it like this. I think I do it that way because if something lifts, I can just sort of put it back and put the heat on it. But there it is. Oh my gosh, you guys, isn't that cute? Don't you have a little someone, or maybe for the birthday party project, that might like this? Maybe I'll send these to the birthday party project. So there's the unicorn. This color, by the way, is Dahlia Holographic Smart Iron-On. It also comes in the roll. And then this one was Cobalt Smart Iron-On. Okay, so this one's pretty cool. So I'm just going to start at one side and sort of roll it off, just like that. And there's the shark one. Isn't it great? Oh, holographic is so much fun. They did. They came out perfectly. Now, there are some variations with holographic, as I mentioned at the very beginning, and that includes like something like Sparkle Iron-On, which comes in a number of different colors as well. I did cut it out, and it did weed just about the same way, but I didn't holographic. So let's try that on 100% cotton. It's same thing, medium, which is the two squigglies, preheat for 5 seconds, medium for 25 seconds, and then flip and do 15 seconds. So it doesn't matter if you're using the sparkle or if you're using just the straight holographic. This is the same sort of application method. Just really like this, and especially for someone who maybe is not super into homework, this might be a nice little gift for them to, you know, put their pencils. They use pencils, right? They still use pencils, right? Or pens, or their, remember what we used to have, protractor and stuff like that. I don't know if they still use that stuff, but erasers and lunch money and stuff like that. So thanks for joining me today. This has been Cricut Chat with holographic smart vinyl with the Joy and the Easy Press Mini. I hope you've learned something, and remember, if you have, tell a friend or invite someone to the next chat, and or send them over to my YouTube channel, which you can find is under Cricut Chat or Miss Rita to the Rescue. And I'm looking to increase my subscriptions. I'm at 15,000, which has taken me a couple of years, but I really am so excited about that. And my end of year goal is 20,000 subscribers. So can we get up to 20,000 subscribers? So if you're not already subscribed, go over there and subscribe on YouTube, and then make sure to put your name in, because you could win a Cricut Joy. So that's all there is. All right, everyone, thanks so much for coming. We'll see you tomorrow when we do Friday, Freebie Friday. It almost sounds like Freaky Friday. But it's Freebie Friday, all free for anyone, and we're going to be doing a couple of really great projects. All right, everyone, take care, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye.